Hello and welcome to another Lumbridge Night guide for free-to-play OSRS. In this video, we're going to be looking at the best ways to get from 1 to 99 rune crafting in free-to-play. This one is not for the faint of heart. The first thing is to complete any quests which offer rune crafting experience, or it would be if there was any in free-to-play. To unlock the skill, however, you must complete the Rune Mysteries quest. When you do, make sure you bank the Air Talisman for later. That said, you could always use the 300 XP lamp from X marks the spot if you wanted to. Having unlocked the skill, we now have a choice or not based on your account. If you're an Iron Man or someone who doesn't have enough money to do the GE methods, then I'm going to cover the manual method first. If you are not limited by your account type or finances and want the fastest possible method, then you can skip to the second method now. Otherwise, cue the manual method. For the manual method, we're going to need 3 tiaras. If you are crafting the tiaras yourself, you'll need 23 crafting, a tiara mold, and 3 silver bars. We are also going to need a pickaxe to mine rune essence. The speed you mine rune essence is actually based on the quality of your pickaxe, so if you want the maximum output, you're going to need level 40 mining and a rune pickaxe. However, the difference is not huge, so you absolutely can just use the best pickaxe you've got and work your way up. For those of you looking to reach the maximum possible XP rates, you're going to need some additional stats and items. Firstly, energy potions to keep your rune energy up. Secondly, a magic level of 37 with runes for Varrock and Falador teleports. And finally, the Skull Scepter from the Stronghold of Security. Before you're able to make runes, you'll need rune essence. Just a quick FYI, as far as free-to-play goes, there's no difference between rune and pure essence, so don't worry about the difference, it is only worth worrying about if you are a member. The best spot in free-to-play is the Essence Mine in Varrock. It's just south of the East Bank in Aubrey's Magic Shop. So grab your best pickaxe and use the right click option to teleport to the Essence Mine. Find a spot and start mining. Once your inventory is full, head back through one of the portals, deposit the essence in the bank, and repeat. Lastly, and this goes for all the remaining manual steps, you probably want to be carrying as little gear and items as possible to minimise weight and maximise run energy. Also, if you're not using energy pots, it's probably recommended to run to the mine and not back, thus maximising your run energy because you're only running when you've got an empty inventory. Once we've mined our essence, we need to head to the East Bank in Falador. Grab our Air Talisman, 1 tiara, and fill our remaining inventory with essence. Make sure we're not carrying anything else. Then head south out of the gate and then southwest till we find the mysterious ruin. Use the talisman on the mysterious ruin to enter the air altar. Once inside, the first thing to do is use our air talisman on the altar. This will consume the talisman, combining it with the tiara to create an air tiara. Equip it, as this will allow us to enter the mysterious ruin with a left click and save us an inventory space. Then left click on the altar to create air runes from our essence. Once this is done, exit through the portal and head back to the bank. Withdraw a full inventory of essence and continue this cycle until you hit level 9. You can boost this rate by using energy pots, and those with high enough magic can carry runes for a Falador teleport. Using the teleport for the return journey to the bank combined with energy pots should increase your XP rate. To be honest, as we are only here to level 9, it's up to you if it's worth the extra effort. For me, I'm lazy clicking, so it's not. At level 9, we unlock the ability to make earth runes. However, the first thing we are going to need is an earth talisman. If you can, buy one from the GE. They're like 160 coins, so grab one from there. If you can't use the GE, head to the south of Falador. Here you will find several elemental wizards. Each has a 1 in 20 chance of dropping their corresponding talisman, so kill the earth wizard, world hop, and kill him again. Keep doing this until he drops an earth talisman. Once we have our talisman, head to Varrock East Bank, withdraw another tiara and a full inventory of essence, and head out of the east gate. Then turn northeast towards the sawmill. Directly east of the big statue, you should see another mysterious ruin. Use your talisman on it to enter, and repeat the steps from the last method. Create and equip your earth tiara, create some earth runes, exit through the portal, head back to the bank for more essence, repeat. Keep doing this all the way up to level 20. As in the previous step, you can boost this rate by using energy pots, and those with high enough magic can carry runes for a Varrock teleport. Using the teleport for the return journey to the bank combined with energy pots should increase your XP rate. Again, as we are only here to level 20, it's your call if it's worth the extra clicks. Just a quick note, now you may be asking, why have we skipped Mind Runes and Fire Runes? Well, the Mind Talisman is a pain to get, and the altar is miles to the north of Falador, so it's not worth it. The Fire altar is basically the same story. It's a longer trip than the Earth altar, which results in a lower overall XP rate. Finally, we arrive at the manual method's endgame, Body Runes. Again, you'll need to have or go and acquire a Body Talisman. Those who can't use the GE may find that it's a bit of a pain in the neck. The best way to do this is to get ornate lockboxes from the vault runs in the ruins of Camdozel. This will require Baronite shards. See a link to a guide to that dungeon popping up on the screen now. For those who haven't accessed Camdozel yet, you can simply farm guards or hill giants. Assuming we have our talisman, head to Edgeville Bank. Once there, set up as before with a tiara, talisman and rune essence. Head south and then head west when you reach the barbarian village Longhouse. Here you should find another mysterious rune. Enter it, craft a body tiara, body runes, and then exit. Head back to the bank and you guessed it, rinse and repeat. This is us all the way to level 99. Once again, you can boost this rate by using energy pots, and those with high enough magic can carry runes for a Falador teleport, along with the Skull Scepter from the Stronghold of Security. The method here is slightly more involved and requires you to teleport to the barbarian village with the Skull Scepter, run to the body altar, craft your runes, and then teleport to Falador, using the West Bank to deposit and restock. Repeating this pattern will give you the highest possible XP. Just before I get into the GE method, here's a couple of bonus tips. Tip 1 is for those who are happy to gain some combat levels and have mastered the Camdozel dungeon. At level 20 runecrafting, players in this position can farm body golems for body cores. These offer the equivalent of crafting 10 body runes at once, but obviously you must be able to farm the golems to get them. The second tip is for non-irons. You can increase the runecrafting XP rate by utilising additional accounts as runners. Basically, you can create multiple accounts and have multiple instances of OSRS open at the same time. So log into your accounts and follow the steps above, except this time have one or more accounts running to and from the bank, feeding the main account with essence. Obviously, you will need to have transferred your essence to the alt account prior to starting this. Using air runes and a single runner, I was able to achieve the rate shown on the screen now. Make sure you've set up a single account as your feeder account in advance. You'll need to have 20 hours of game time, 10 quest points and a total level of 100 before you're able to trade with other accounts. Please like the video and support my content. Thank you, Noble Knight. Okay, for those of you not restricted by your account or wallet, the best way to level runecrafting is to simply buy the tiaras and talismans. To do the following methods, all we need is time and money. Lots of money. Though if you are looking to get the absolute maximum possible XP rate, you will again need some additional items and stats. For the fastest method, you'll need to have a magic level of 37, runes for Falador teleports, and the Skull Scepter. For my alternative method, you'll need a magic level of 25, and runes for Varrock teleports. So, depending on market conditions, the exact amount of coin required will change. At the time of recording, you'll need approximately 540 mil, which is quite a lot. With this money, you will need to head to the GE and buy 347,585 blank tiaras, and the same amount of body talismans. Then head to Edgeville Bank, withdraw an equal number of talismans and tiaras, so 14, then head southwest to the mysterious ruin, enter using a talisman, and then use the talismans on the altar to make 14 body tiaras. Equip one to allow you to enter the altar with a left click, then exit through the portal. Go back to the bank, deposit the body tiaras, get another 14 tiaras and talismans, and repeat the process. To get the maximum XP rates, you can take the Skull Scepter to give you a teleport to the barbarian village, as this is a shorter run from there to the altar. Also take runes for a Falador teleport, as this is the closest bank telly, unless you're using a PvP world, in which case take Lumbridge runes. Also grab an energy pot. This leaves you with 24 slots for 12 tiaras and 12 body talismans. Periodically, you can sell your body tiaras back to the GE to recoup some of your investment, but as you can imagine, the price is not great. By 99 at current conditions, you'll have got back 8 mil of your 540 mil outlay. Nice. The above method offers the fastest consistent XP rate in free-to-play, but it's mighty expensive. Earth Tiaras offer a slightly longer but more cost-effective option. You'll need 401,060 Earth Talismans and Tiaras, which is about 50k more items than the previous method. However, this will cost you the paltry sum of about 81 mil, which is about 7 times less than the 540 mil needed previously. To do this method, head to the Varrock East Bank, withdraw an equal number of talismans and tiaras, then head northeast to the Mysterious Ruin. Enter using a talisman, and then use a talisman on the altar to make 14 Earth Tiaras. Equip one to allow you to enter the altar with a left click, then exit through the portal. Go get another 14 tiaras and talismans from the bank and repeat. To get the maximum XP rates, for each trip you will need the runes for a Varrock teleport, an equipped air staff is recommended, and an energy potion. This leaves you with 25 slots, room for 12 tiaras and 12 Earth Talismans. Repeat the same process as above, using the energy potion to keep your run constant. This time, for the return journey, simply use a Varrock teleport and head back to the bank from there. Again, you can periodically sell your tiaras back to the Grand Exchange to recoup some of your investment. It's an even worse return, but we are doing this for the XP, not the money. By 99 at current conditions, you'll have got back about 3 mil of your 81 mil outlay. Just before I wrap up this video, there's time for a quick bonus tip. As with the manual method, you can increase the rate at which you gain rune crafting experience by utilising multiple accounts as runners. Log into your account and follow the steps from the relevant method. Except this time, have one or more accounts running to and from the bank to feed the main account with talismans and tiaras. Obviously, you'll need to have transferred your materials to the alt account prior to starting this. And as before, you'll need to make sure that you've set up your feeder account so that it is able to trade. So that is 20 hours playtime, 10 quest points, and a base level of 100. This method is a reasonable alternative to using teleports. However, with a single runner or even two, you are unlikely to get the same XP rate that you can get by utilising the teleports explained in the advanced methods previously. And that brings us to the end of this video. Whichever method you choose to follow, I wish you the best of luck. Please leave a comment if you have any hints, tips and tricks of your own, as I'm keen to hear them. And all that's left for me to say is I've been the Lumbridge Knight, peace out and thanks for watching.